It's good to have you join us in this week's edition of BOI Weekly. And warm welcome to the program. I'm Kumbi Aboluade. The implementation of the federal government's presidential grants and loan scheme is fully ongoing as business owners in different parts of Nigeria continue to access the three funds totaling 200 billion naira. The Bank of Industry, BOI, is the executing agency of the funds. BOI continues to disburse the funds to qualified business entities through the Presidential Conditional Grant Scheme, the FGN MSME Intervention Fund, and the FGN Manufacturing Sector Fund. BOI, together with its partners, have been holding sensitization town hall meetings with stakeholders in different parts of the country. One of the latest is the one held recently in Lagos, southwest Nigeria.
An impressive turnout of owners of micro, small and medium enterprises at a town hall sensitization meeting in Lagos State in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and the Bank of Industry. The event is to sensitize Nigerians on the 200 billion naira presidential grants and loan scheme for MSMEs. The Special Advisor on Industry, Trade and Investment and Senior Special Advisor to the President on Job Creation and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises speak on the Presidency's support for MSMEs and how business owners can benefit from the 200 billion naira grants and loans at single-digit interest rate.
It is single-digit, 9%. That loan is 9%. 9%. I tell you that there's no other place you can find it in this country. It is 9%. It is 3 years tenure. 9%, 3 years tenure. And it even depends on the sort of business you're doing. The Bank of Industry are even willing to go an extra mile if they examine your books and they say that you need more time. Initially, you could collect 1 million naira. Now we're saying you can collect up to 5 million naira. Single digits. Please don't abuse this. Please don't take this for granted. It is not free money. It is a loan. MSMEs, it is not free money, it is a loan. Use it very well. I've seen people collect facilities from Bank of Industry. They started from 6 million, 7 million. I know 3 people that have collected facilities from Bank of Industry. As a last count, they were drawing down on a 2.4 billion naira facility. They started small. But the BOI watched them grow. They helped them, they worked with them. They will work with you. So across the entire nation, the BOI is going to let you know. The website is there. Go to their website, find out how you can apply for this and sort of apply for it. I would like to sound a note of caution to our MSMEs all over the country. The Bank of Industry does not collect money from anybody to give you a facility. If anybody calls you that come and give me something, we will increase, it's a lie. They don't work in Bank of Industry.
Of the 200 million Nigerians, 1 out of 4.5 people here either work for or is an MSME. So this number illustrates just how important MSMEs are to anything we try to do in this country. They are the biggest sector of our economy. And it's in understanding how big MSMEs are and how critical they are for any national development agenda that one of the first things that the president did as the president was to implement this facility. The president has instituted a number of reforms that in the long run, it's going to change the trajectory of our economy, to turbocharge it so that we can start growing at double digits and we can start growing at a rate that exceeds the rate at which our population is growing.
While appreciating President Bola Tinubu for the funds to support MSMEs and manufacturing enterprises, representing the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasupo Olusi, the Executive Director, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, BOI, Mr. Omar Shekarau, says the 200 billion naira funds for MSMEs and the manufacturing enterprises introduced under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu is established to bring economic growth and job creation in line with the administration's renewed hope agenda.
There are three funds or streams. The first is the 50 billion. That is for nano. This is grant. And it's supposed to go to all Nigerians across the 774 local governments, with each person collecting 50,000 and a maximum of 1,000 per local government. I want to let you know that as of today, we have disbursed over 800,000 Nigerians out of the earmarked 1 million, and we've disbursed over 40 billion of the 50 billion. The intention is that between now and Christmas and New Year, we would have disbursed the entire 50 billion to Nigerians. And no local government, as we speak today, there's no local government that has not benefited from this grant. We will provide the details, including names and addresses and NIN, for whoever is interested to make sure that truly these funds went to the right Nigerians. To ensure impact, it is truly decided that 70% of beneficiaries should be women and youth, 10% people with special needs, and 5% the elderly people, 60 and above. We are following this meticulously to ensure that women and youth take 70% of these funds, 10% will go to people with special needs, people that have challenges, and 5% will go to the elderly.
The BOI's Executive Director, MSMEs, goes on to explain what the last two streams of the fund cover.
The second aspect of this is the 75 billion MSME intervention program designed for MSMEs. Initially, the agreement was that single obligor unit limit is 1 million. But we got the presidential approval through our honorable minister that single obligor limit has been moved to 5 million. We are assuring you that the 5 million will not only come into effect, it has been effected by us in BOI as at this morning. So those that will require more than ₦1 million up to 5 million, we are ready for you. And even if we've agreed and given you 1 million, and we discovered that now you need more than that, we'll come back to you and give you that. As at today, we have disbursed close to 600 million, which means that out of the 75 billion, ladies and gentlemen, we have not done up to $1 billion yet. Your money is there, and I want to assure all of us that these funds are with us, Bank of Industry. We are not waiting for the minister to release. We are not waiting for the SSA to release. The funds are with us, 100%. It is also important to mention that to ensure that this is done properly, we have a technical team that can answer all questions, can guide you, but we are also using our 34 state offices across the country. There are only 5 states that we are not there physically: Bayelsa, Imo, Zamfara, Kogi, and Yobe. But I can assure you that these states are also fully covered by neighboring states. The third one is the 75 billion manufacturing sector fund. This is also a very simple one. We do the documentation with you. You can take up to 1 billion naira. I can assure you that because we are dealing with companies that have been well established, companies that have their records, companies that are used to taking loans from different banks, and they have seen this as a low-hanging fruit, as a kind gesture from Mr. President. They have started coming to us. What is important for us is that we will continue to serve this nation. We will not sit on these funds. We'll continue to disburse them to qualified Nigerians. And by the time these funds are fully disbursed, the Honorable Minister, the SSC, will be able to go back to Mr. President and say, Mr. President, we have disbursed the 200 billion, but we need more because Nigerians are hardworking people, Nigerians need help, and Nigerians want to take loans that they can repay.
Nigeria's Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. John Eno, underscores the importance of the MSMEs, expressing the federal government's eagerness to support programs and initiatives that promote innovation, economic growth and job creation.
The figures are startling. The contributions of MSMEs in our economy. There's about no country that can exist without the MSMEs. And you've heard the figures. I mean, I understand that about 40 million, and we're still counting them. I mean, my hope is that we're going to be able to have a proper record of these. And every day, every moment that they add, we update that record. I think that we're going to need that for purposes of planning. And the figures don't just stop there. The fact that the businesses that are MSME businesses are about 96%. The fact that the workforce is about 84%. The fact that in terms of their contribution to GDP, it's about 46%. I mean, there's no country without MSMEs. In spite of these very fine points, we've talked about the MSMEs, but there are challenges. What are those challenges? Access to finance, to capital. You know, we are still burdened by infrastructural, challenges and deficits. We are burdened by our inability to compete internationally. And I think that is the main reason why Mr. President had to undertake the provision of 200 billion. Mr. President, in response to these challenges, has made this available. And I think that part of the reason for this sensitization is that too many Nigerians, in spite of what government continues to do, in spite of what this government continues to do, too many Nigerians still ask questions as to what really is this government doing. So when sessions like this are called and are taking place in many more centers outside this center, what they succeed in doing is to educate Nigerians to be aware of what is going on in order for them to also benefit. I mean, this government, the government of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is on a mission to reset our country. And I think that, in addition to this, we're also interested in those policies and programs that in itself completely address regulatory bottlenecks that our small businesses, that our manufacturing concerns, continue to encounter.
Some of the beneficiaries showed their gratitude to the federal government and the Bank of Industry.
I'm a food vendor in this salon. I'm very grateful for this opportunity and the support from the BOI and also from the presidential scheme. I say God bless all and God bless the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I'm here to say a big thank to federal government for what they have done for me. The money they gave to me last time. When the money come, I was like, whoa, because before that time, I was running in my house. And there's many things I lack in that time to ask to eat, like toy, bicycle for children to play with. I don't have them before. But when the money come in, I quickly use the money to buy those things for children to play. See, that time, the daycare increased now.
I used to do ugu business. I used the money to buy ugu seed. And I planted it, it germinated well. So I thank the federal government, thank the Bank of Industry for this opportunity. And we thank God that as from now, I will be able to do more and more.
As the executing bank in charge of implementing the 200 billion naira presidential grants and loans scheme, the Bank of Industry is asking business-oriented Nigerians to tap into this initiative and be a part of the economic growth of the country.
Let's move to the southeastern part of Nigeria, precisely Abia State, where the Bank of Industry and the state government have signed a 10 billion naira matching fund to, among other things, boost economic growth in the 17 local government areas of the state.
Officials of both the Bank of Industry and Abia State government arrived at the presidential lodge of the Abia State government house in Umuahia, the state capital. This latest coming together of both parties is the climax of several meetings held earlier to fashion out the BOI Abia State government matching fund. Today, the dream has become a reality. The Abia State Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, and the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasupo Olusi, are yet to witness the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding for a 10 billion naira fund to be provided by BOI and the Abia State Government, targeting customer segments and value proposition businesses in sectors such as manufacturing and processing, ICT, digital marketing and e-commerce, oil and gas and its value chain, creative industry and entertainment, agribusiness and its value chain, healthcare and fitness, education, renewable energy. Other areas of coverage are eateries and cafeterias, cold chain business, distributors of made-in-Nigeria products, arts and crafts, solid minerals processing, aquaculture, leather and garments, light manufacturing, and other businesses agreed by both parties. The representatives of both parties, the Commissioner for Industry and SMEs, Mr. Mike Akpara, and the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Abia State, Mr. Ikechukwu Wana, signed on behalf of the state government, while the Executive Director, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Mr. Omar Shekarau, signed on behalf of the Bank of Industry.
Abia State government will bring 5 billion, will match that 5 billion with another 5 billion, so you have 10 billion that will be given to entrepreneurs in this state only. So we're happy, we've signed that. We've had a very good meeting with His Excellency. You know he has banking background and we are bankers, so we understand ourselves very well. We also believe that he wants to develop this state, and the easiest way you develop any state is by industrializing that state. Get people working, get people doing a lot of enterprises, and get people employed. Every angle of the state, one, will be covered. Every activity within the state, from agriculture to ICT to other areas, including culture and other things, will also be covered by the MOU and by the funding. Because what you want to do is to develop every aspect of the state. You may have one side of the state that is good in agriculture. If you focus on agriculture alone, you are leaving other areas, sorry. But if you are looking at the totality of the state, then you'll be able to deploy funds to every part of the state. And we also believe in BOI that you need to develop every angle. Every angle of a state, every angle of a nation is important. The key to developing your industries is that you have to focus on the ones that are strong today, the ones that are weak, and see how you can make the strong ones to remain, the ones that are weak, bring them up, so that within the state and within the nation, you have equal development. And that way, you reduce security issues, you reduce poverty, you increase wealth, you increase awareness, and you increase knowledge within your people.
We've signed an agreement now. After signing an agreement, there is what we call conditions precedent to draw down in banking. There are conditions you are supposed to meet before you can draw down on that facility. He rightly pointed out that it's going to be a 50-50 thing. We bring 5 billion, they'll bring 5 billion. And it might be done in tranches, maybe 2 billion, they bring 2, we bring 2, and we disburse. And as we do that, we'll watch how it is happening, whether it is being used for the purpose for which it is meant. And also there is a proviso in this agreement also that can move us from increasing delivery from 10 billion and above. But will this thing be soon? Yes, it is going to be soon. What we want to do by this partnership is to ensure that we assist our people. Instead of sitting to looking for job, you can do something for yourself, running your own business. We will not only just give them money, we will also teach them how to manage their own business, branding, marketing, and a lot we can do with that.
The BOI Abia State government collaboration is expected to empower micro, small, and medium enterprises in 17 local government areas of Abia State through the provision of easy access to funds at single-digit interest rates.
Just before we go, the Bank of Industry does not just give funds to business owners, but also check up on how the companies are doing. Here are some of the organizations visited by the Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olashukwu Olusi, in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital.
The premises of Farm Fix Investment Limited is the first port of call for the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olashukwu Olusi. Welcomed by officials of Farm Fix Investment Limited, a dynamic and innovative player in Nigeria's rice processing industry. From one section of the facility to the other, the BOI team went round to see the cutting-edge equipment the company used in processing approximately 6,000 bags of 50 kg and 9,000 bags of 25 kg premium quality rice annually, operating at an impressive capacity of 50 tons per day. Satisfied with the look of things at Farm Fix Investment Limited, the BOI MD leaves for another project visit. The next stop is at Free Recycle Limited, a Nigerian recycling company committed to converting waste tires into eco-friendly, reusable products such as rubber flooring, rubber mats, rubber rolls, among others. Leveraging on extensive multinational experience in waste management, Free Recycle Limited ensures efficient recycling of scrap tires with the aim of significantly reducing the environmental challenges posed by waste tires while providing innovative, sustainable products for everyday use. Finally, for this round of project visits in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, BOI MD Dr. Olusi went round the facility of Extreme Manufacturing Nigeria Limited, a company established and registered in February 2017. The company's team of professionals manufacture a variety of high-quality and affordable laundry and home care products. As the MD of the Bank of Industry takes his leave, he reiterates that BOI remains committed to providing financial and advisory support to small, medium and large enterprises in the country, thereby facilitating the growth and transformation of Nigeria's industrial sector.
As a business owner, are you interested in accessing part of the 200 billion naira presidential grants and loan scheme or any of the Bank of Industry's services? If your answer is yes, then visit any of the BOI offices in the 33 states of the country or log on to their website at www.boi.ng. And that's how we end the program this week. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm Kumbi Aboluade. Bye for now.